Welcome to Breakfast Chat with Michele. We do this pretty much every Sunday morning where we is beside me here and we'll be being fed. Throughout this process, my dog is going to bug me and occasionally I'll eat something. But anyway, welcome. Let's talk about the Star Princess. So Star Princess is Princess Cruises' brand new ship that is launching in October 2025. Originally was set to launch in August 2025, but if you've known anything about the Sun Princess, which is the current newest ship, changes had to be made. So I applaud them for being like, we're not going to have this done in time. Let's push it. So that's what they have done. Also, welcome to the time change. I'm like, this is 8, 9, I don't know. Welcome to now. So Princess, I applaud them for being able to recognize that they were not going to have the star done in time, and so they pushed it. They recently announced a couple changes that they've made, and I'm guessing a lot of it has to do with the stuff that they've learned from the Sun. So I talked about it, I think, in a dining live about how with the Sun Princess, they just rearranged a bunch of their dining. So they moved venues around because some venues were too small, some venues were too big. Excuse me, they just moved a ton of stuff around on the Sun Princess. They did that over there was the transatlantic where they moved it from Southampton to Fort Lauderdale. And then there was a media and travel agent event where it's first Fort Lauderdale sailing. So it looks like with the Star Princess, they're just gonna do all the new changes beforehand, which is obviously the goal. Better to have the ship not need 700 changes. But there's 4 main changes that they've announced for the Star Princess. The first one being that they are increasing the non-smoking casino area. I don't think this is like a whole separate building section. Oh, I'm room. That's the word I'm looking for. Not a separate room, but it's like an area of the casino that they're making bigger. I wish they just made the casino non-smoking. I have not heard good things about the Royal class ships where smoking from the casino will waft into Princess Live. We will see. I cannot tolerate smoke at all. So if the Princess Live or the Piazza or wherever is close to the casino is constantly smelling like cigarette smoke, I can't be in that area. So I wish they had just made the casino non-smoking, but whatever. They are increasing that. We don't gamble, so it's not going to make much of a difference to us. But for those that are non-smokers that would like more non-smoking areas, I've heard though that because of the new ventilation, because this is actually Princess's largest casino at sea, so they've done well with the ventilation and stuff. So fingers crossed. I don't know, I have to think of where the location is of this. I'm glad with the Royal class ships, we're going on the Sky and the Discovery. And I'm glad we don't have to walk through the casino, because this is one of my major issues with smoking casinos, is when you have it in a location that is high traffic, and it's I don't have a choice, but I have to walk through this casino. I hate that. One, I hate it as a parent, because my daughter shouldn't be exposed to the smoke, and I also hate it as just a person that cannot tolerate cigarette smoke. So let me know in the comments if you agree with that. But there's some ships the Jewel of the Seas we were just on this summer, and it was a very tight squeeze. I mean, this is an older ship. Emrys, can you please not shake the table? It was an older ship, but there were so many times that I was oh, we have to go through the casino, or we have to go down or up to another level to then walk across to then go down or up again. So yeah, and it wasn't accessible at all because chairs would be here and here when people were in there. Anyway, so yeah, bigger non-smoking casino area. The other thing is they are increasing the O'Malley's pub by 32 seats. O'Malley's is their casual dining concept, and right away we heard complaints about that venue being too small. If you want to eat there, you got to get there so early, before dinner even starts, to get your seat. And that was one of the venues that we were excited to try. They have a veggie burger, which is great for me and my daughter. We are vegetarian. And so, and my brother's a picky eater, and there was food on the menu. So we were super excited to be able to try that venue. And then hearing that you have to get there so early, and it got super crowded really fast, and the meals were slow and sometimes cold because of the slowness, and they would run out of food, and it just was not sounding like a great experience. So I was like, we are not going to do it. We'll stick to the Salty Dog Gastropub on the other ships, but we will not do O'Malley's on the Sun. So with them increasing it 32 seats, hopefully that will cut down on a lot of that on the Star. I don't think they can do anything on the Sun because the venue is only so big, but I'm glad that they are increasing the size on the Star. The other venue that they are increasing in size is Love by Brito. This venue, I think, is increasing by 20 seats, I think is what I read. This is another popular restaurant. This is only on the Sun and the Star as of right now. But it is like a multi-course dining experience is what it is. It is extra cost. It is very like an experimental kind of dining experience. From what I've seen, like nothing was like mind-blowing. As people that have dietary restrictions, this is not something that we will go to. We don't do special dining in general because of this. The casual dining we're excited to try. We have not tried it before, but I've heard Alfredo's can do non-dairy pizza. So fingers crossed we can try that out on the Sky. But yeah, this just isn't a venue that we're excited to try, but a lot of people have been loving it. And so they have expanded that on the Star Princess. And the last major change they have announced is the changes to Deck 19, Park 19. So on the Sun, they scrapped this completely. They pulled down everything. Princess's official reasoning is because of it could not pass their safety requirements. But like, why wouldn't you do that? Like, know that before. Anyway, a lot of people are saying it's because it did not go over as well as they thought it would. But in that case, if it wasn't going over well when it was announced, why wouldn't you scrap it then versus building the whole thing and then scrapping it? But anyway, so there was like 2 dry slides. There was the glider thingy. There was like a ropes course. All of that is no longer happening. I'm curious what the Sun will do with that area. I mean, it looks like they're just having their like pickleball court and jogging track and the little splash pad. That's pretty much what Sun or Star has announced is that's what it's going to be. That's their sports court area with having the pickleball, jogging track, and a splash pad. So it looks like they basically are keeping everything the same, just removing the other extra parts. I think the dry slide was fun. I wouldn't mind having some sort of like climbing structure for children because kids do cruise on these ships, but also it's not a family cruise ship. Like Princess does not cater to families, and that's what kind of drove me nuts about the ropes course and stuff like that and the roller glider thing. It's like, why are you doing this? We are not a theme park at the sea. That's not why we cruise with Princess. We cruise with Princess to get away from the theme parks at the sea. So that's where it was like, I was not a fan of that. I've talked about that for a long time. Whenever the Sun Princess was announced and all that nonsense was announced, I've been talking about it. I am glad they are getting rid of that. My main thing is still with that splash pad, because Princess is horrible with communication. Princess does not communicate very well. They do not give really great details. Their customer service on land is not great. As a travel agent, the travel agent side is a kind of a nightmare. Like when you're trying to get questions answered, most of the time they know less than I do. So, because that's their day job. They don't care. So, it's just not great. But my main thing with the splash area is, can children that are not toilet trained go in it? Because 99% of the splash pads out there in the world on cruise ships, you cannot have a non-toilet trained child go in. This looks like more like fountains just spraying out. And I have not seen signage for the Sun Princess for that splash area. I don't even know that splash area has been running yet. Maybe there's people that have been on the Florida cruises that maybe that is now a thing and that's open. I just haven't come across any information from other vloggers and stuff that have shown that area. So I'm curious because my daughter has special needs. She will never be toilet trained. To be honest, most likely never going to be toilet trained. So for us, she loves water, but it's been interesting not having access to areas for her. When we cruised with Royal, some of our ships have had it and that's been fine, but we are not cruising with Royal anymore because it's not the best line for us princesses. My daughter is an old lady trapped in a little kid's body. So we have a plan for the Sky, that will allow her to play with some water, but not contaminate water. So yeah, so they have not announced anything. I'm gonna err on the side that it is not going to be allowed to have kids in swim diapers in it. I just hope that they sign it appropriately, because it's bad enough as it is. So many times I see people putting their babies into the pools, especially on cruise ships like Princess that don't have lifeguards, because it's not moderated. Like it's not the word I'm looking for. Anyway, regulated. Like it's not, people are not being told. There's a little sign that says if you're in swim diapers, you can't go on this. But then I've even seen influencers who have not cruised before being like, yeah, look, my kid went swimming in the pool. And it's like, don't do that, people. Do not do it. The filtration systems cannot handle. Like, that's not what it's there for. Anyway, rant. But yeah, just they need to make it very obvious. If they do not want kids in swim diapers using the splash area, there needs to be big signage to be like, nope, no swim diapers. If you're allowing swim diapers, great. That we're doing a 21-day Mediterranean. It's going to be hot as heck. I will be so excited if she can play in that area. But if she can't, you need to let us know. So yeah, so that pretty much wraps up my Star Princess update. They have the whole Sanctuary collection going to be going on, which I've talked about a million times, but basically instead of paying to use a day pass or a half day pass, you now have to book a Sanctuary collection stateroom to do the whole ship within a ship concept. I love it on Princess though, because you don't have to have a suite. You can have a suite, a mini suite, and I think there's like 12 deluxe balconies that you can book that are part of the Sanctuary collection. So you get access to the Sanctuary, which not only is that relaxation area now, but they also have activities there, calming sail away, meditation, yoga, that kind of stuff happening, which is just fantastic. You have access to the Sanctuary collection dining room, which has custom chef created meals. What else? You have extra amenities in your stateroom, premium amenities, and if you are in a suite or above, you do have access to the Reserve Collection Club, which is your concierge and all that fun. So yeah, so that's not new news. I did a whole video on that before, but that is also was part of the Star Princess update. So yeah, so that is the end of my Star Princess update. If you're watching it just because you wanted a Star Princess update, that's the end. If you missed it, this video will be going up on my channel, usually Tuesdays. By the time it renders and does all its thingies, it's usually Tuesday when it's ready to go live on the channel as a replay. If you are a fan of the channel and you want to hear me ramble for the next, 20 minutes about this channel and what we are working on and what we are doing, stick around because that's about to start. So anyway, welcome if you're still here. So we are trying hard to build this. So if you followed me, I've been on YouTube, 11 years now, 12 years, I don't know, lost count, since end of 2012, 2013, somewhere around there. Anyway, and I have always done YouTube as a hobby. I just like to talk. I'm an extroverted introvert. I like my personal space. I like to be alone, but then I really like to talk. So YouTube has given me that because you guys are not all in the room with me, but I get to ramble. So I've been sharing my journey to motherhood, and then I switched over to travel because that's something I'm passionate about, and I love to just share all that stuff. So anyway, for the last whatever amount of years, I have done YouTube as a hobby. I was making money on my previous channel during when YouTube monetization was easier to get, but honestly I was making like $100 every 6 months. It was not, that's why YouTube changed their requirements for monetization, because they were sending out all these checks at every 6 months to people, or longer, depending on how long it took them to earn that $100. So when we restarted this channel, we were not monetized at all. We did not qualify. I had this channel originally back when it was initially started, which I think this one started, I want to say 2014, somewhere around there. Yes, because I think it just celebrated the 10-year anniversary. But back when that started, I was able to monetize it right away because that's the rules. But then when they switched the rules, it got demonetized, which was not a big deal because I wasn't making any money off this channel anyway. So the last year, me and my brother have worked our butts off mostly me, to get this channel monetized, which is not easy. Like I was putting out a lot of content, working hard to get content out so we can get monetized. And that was just so that way it could be like, okay, let me earn a little bit extra. So I work a full-time job outside of YouTube. And so I wanted something that could help pay for some of our travels. That's kind of where my initial goal was. Unfortunately, the last couple years at my day job have been horrible. I don't know how to put it any other way. It is so stressful. My anxiety's through the roof. Panic attacks, all that stuff, where I am physically not doing well because of the stress that my day job causes. And when I'm not at my day job, I'm okay for the most part. And I'm not good in the mornings before I go to work, not really great in the evenings, some evenings, but like weekends, I tend to be fine until like tonight, where I'm like, get that whole like Monday anxiety of being like, okay, I have to go back to work tomorrow. How am I going to do this? How am I going to deal with it? And it just has not been good for me physically or mentally. And also, as my daughter gets older, the supports that she receives through school get less and less. Funding has been cut. Trained staff gets less and less. My daughter has special needs. She has Down syndrome plus autism. She requires a lot of support. And she's loud. And so my goal was before too, was to homeschool her while working. But it's come to a point where it's like, I cannot stay in my current position and homeschool her. I just can't find enough childcare. Like I can't find childcare at all right now. My brother is my childcare for the days that she doesn't have school. So like my goal now has shifted to, I need to find a career outside of my current job to be able to have my daughter homeschooled and also to give me what I need in life. And I know everyone out there has work jobs they hate, has work jobs that are stressful, yada yada. This is not a competition. This is what's currently going on with me, and this is what I need to do. So last year I did decide to become a travel agent and become a cruise specialist and be able to sell cruises. And again, when I started that, it was like, okay, let me build like a side business to be able to travel more. And that was like the initial plan. But as work has gotten worse, my plan has kind of shifted to, I need to do this as my career. And so that is where you were going to notice we are putting out a bucket load more content. My end goal is that like 80% of my income is coming from content creation. So for those that don't know how YouTube works in terms of monetization, we earn monthly money from ad revenue. And then also we have stuff like affiliate links, and we haven't got into brand deals yet, but potentially getting brand deals, that kind of stuff where you earn money not just from the ads, but from the content you do. And there's a lot of stigma against social media and influencers and content creators about being like, this is not a real job. And it's like, there's a lot of content creators out there that make a ton of money with what they do. And so for me, I don't need to make a ton of money. I honestly need to make half of what my current income is, because my current income, a chunk goes to childcare, to my brother for childcare. A chunk goes to, I'm in a union, so union dues. Unpaid medical days, because if my daughter is sick more than 3 days in an entire school year, I don't get paid for anything. Any unpaid time off for my own personal leave, if I need a day off for something that is not covered by my contract. So like minus all those things, plus we travel during peak season because that's the only time we can travel. And so by eliminating a lot of those expenses and eliminating a lot of expenses in my own life, I actually need to make half of what I currently make. So I'm not looking to make $1 bazillion off of content creation. I'm just looking to have a better life with my daughter, because at the end of the day, her life, like her experiences in life, matter more than anything else. So my goal is to do 80% content creation on this channel, as well as we do have Canada by Cars, our other channel, where we eventually are going to post. We will randomly post some stuff, but we haven't posted anything in a while. But we've posted a few shorts from like the spring, summer. But our focus is mostly on this channel, because this is the channel that is currently monetized and the channel that is growing better. But we are hoping to bump up the Canada by Car, which will be Canadian road trips, Canadian content about destinations in Canada, because our plan is that we will cruise about twice a year and create content for this channel, and then also take road trips frequently to create content for the other channel. So 80% coming from content creation. So I did restart my Instagram, just because like that's the social media thing you gotta do. TikTok was not working for me, so I said screw it. I also reactivated our Instagram page. So I do have our Facebook page. I mean, we do have a Facebook group, which I'm kind of shifting more to the content creation versus the travel agent. And so as a travel agent, I've done a bunch of expos recently and got a good feel of like where people were locally. And then also just like a good feel on like where my passion is. And my passion is Princess Cruises. Like that's not a secret. I have a whole YouTube channel where I post mostly princess content. I have a video coming out for the Jewel, like we have videos from the Jewel of the Seas, and coming up will be the Adventure of the Seas, but that's just because that's where we cruised recently. But once that content's done, we are done with Royal. We are totally done with Royal. We are just cruising on Princess. And those were cruises we booked before we went back to Princess, before we realized how great Princess had become. So once we realized that, we were like, what mistakes were made. Anyway, so lost my train of thought. So as a travel agent, I'm really niching down to I am booking Princess. That's pretty much what I'm doing. So that's where like I know my income, the majority of my income right now is from Princess, but I do have some from other cruise lines as well. And so to shift that away and be just Princess, I don't know if I'm supposed to be telling you guys this, but Princess's commission is not great. It's just not great. And I'm restricted on who I can sell to. I can sell to Canadians, but I can only sell to certain American states. Like there's some states that I can't sell to. Anyway, it's like complicated and whatnot, but yeah, Princess commission is not great. So, selling Princess is not going to make me $1 bazillion. But my goal is to make about 20% of my income come from cruises, like travel agent wise, and probably more so in the form of friends, families, you guys, like people that are like warm connection, warm leads, not people just off the street like I've been trying to do with the expos. Because most people just don't care enough about Princess to be like, oh, I want to go with Princess. Whereas you guys are, because you're either here to support me, especially if you're sticking around still, or you're already a fan of Princess and you want to cruise with Princess. Also our group cruises, like we do our hosted group cruises. Mexico is almost full. If you're interested in Mexico, I think I have until the 20th to fill that. I have one room left. So if you're interested in cruising to Mexico, links are in the description. But so like we have that one, we have Alaska. Alaska is full. I think I have one balcony left. I might technically have 2 balconies left because I oversold my interiors, but then I think I still have 2 balconies on hold, but that's not till 2026. So yeah, so doing our group cruises, which obviously earns me income, and then also it helps us cruise because we then stay longer, and by filling cruises anyway. Yeah, our goal is to do 2 big cruises a year and then travel around Canada the rest of the time. But I lost my train of thought. But yeah, so our goal is just to get this into something that is making an income that can replace my current income. Because right now my current job is not sustainable, physically. Like there are days where I'm like, I don't know that I will live the rest of this year. So obviously that's not someplace that's good for me, but I also can't take leave. I'm a single mom. I'm grateful our roof was leaking. My brother paid for us to get a new roof, because he lives here with us, but he lives here rent free because he does not have a sustainable income to be able to afford to help with expenses. But that's where content creation comes in, because we are now working together on this channel. So that's where you might notice, like on my long form content, my info videos, you might notice the editing is a little different. I have outsourced that to my brother in order to put out more content, because I have 2 hours of respite a week, and that is my time to film. The rest of the time I have my daughter. So we're trying some different stuff that allows me to film a ton of videos in a week, and then he can edit through them, which so far has been working good because I still edit our vlogs, and I will continue to edit our vlogs. And then I also do these lives, which these lives are great because I don't have to edit them. I do have some like post like stuff after it's rendered and whatnot, but like for the most part, this is it. You guys get me live. I don't edit anything. And then I'm also starting to do shorts. If you follow me for a while, I hate shorts. Absolutely hate shorts. I don't like consuming them, and I don't like creating them. I am very much about community. I want to build a community, and shorts is just this like anti-community. It is like the fast-paced, just people consuming. There's no community to it. And that's also why I was like, okay, I'm going to create the Instagram so that way I can post on Instagram and maybe build a little bit of a community over there, because YouTube, what we get from the YouTube shorts part, I don't think is going to build community. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you are here because you watched one of my shorts and you subbed. Like, that's a possibility. But shorts just don't fill my soul the same way long form content does. But right now I'm just like literally throwing spaghetti at the wall when it comes to shorts. I'm just grabbing ideas from Instagram and YouTube and TikTok and making those shorts. But coming up, I do have some better shorts coming out this week because I'm like, I want to do info shorts. I want to provide value with my shorts, value and some entertainment. I'm doing some skits, but anyway, I'm hoping to post shorts every day. Just to try to build up more of the content on my channel and the community on the channel. So we'll end up having 3 videos a week. We'll have the 7 days of shorts, plus we'll have the live on Sundays, which usually will go up Monday or Tuesday. We'll have the Wednesday will be the info video, and then it's all gone. You ate it all. It's empty. And then Friday will be the vlog. So at some point we are going to run out of vlogs. I don't know when that's going to happen. That might not happen until like March because we're finishing up Norway right now. I'm almost done. I'm wrapping that up. I think we're on day like 12 out of 14, something like that. So I think we just have the one I'm currently editing, a sea day, and then disembarkation. And then I have 8 days, so 9 days with 9 days total of what's it called? Southern. That's gonna hurt your chest if you bang against that so much. You're gonna bang against it anyway. And then, so that will bring us up. Like we only have, I don't know, like 7 weeks until our next cruise. So then we'll get back from our Sky Princess and we'll have 14 weeks of that. So 15 weeks if you include day 0, which we usually do. So yeah, we just have a ton of vlogs. And so that will hopefully lead us right into discovery. We might have a week or two without anything vlogs, but then we're gonna go into discovery. Discovery will lead us right into the sun. The sun is 21 days plus our pre-cruise stuff. So then once we're done the sun, then we might. But that's talking like early 2026. To be honest, that's when we're gonna run out of vlogs. So vlogs will be every Friday. I used to do them Mondays and Fridays, but I can't edit that fast. I just can't. And like I was burning out so badly because I was trying to do, I work 40 plus hours a week at my day job. And then I was working about 20-ish hours as a travel agent. And then I was trying to put in another like 10, 15, 20 hours on YouTube. And that is too many hours. I don't know how people do it, but I'm also a single mom who has a household that is currently a disaster. I have laundry all over the place there. Like, I just can't keep up with it all, and I was burning out. And that's where, like, I'm like, I need help, and the easiest help I can get is by outsourcing my editing for my info videos and trying to just keep that focus of being, like, a live, one info video and one vlog. Because otherwise nothing gets done. The shorts I can edit on my phone while she's awake, but like vlogs and stuff I have to sit on my computer to edit. I just have to. That's why I like these lives, because I can ramble as much as I want. And she's here. Like she's here, she's safe. But she's run out of food, so she's getting cranky now. But yeah, so if you made it all this way and you would like to support the channel, come become a member. Memberships are reasonably priced in my opinion. So becoming a member, if you are sailing on Princess and you are in Canada or most states other than, I want to say, Hawaii, California, I lost train of thought, Florida, and I think something else. I want to say like Illinois or something, and you would like to book a cruise with me, links in the description for that to book a consultation call. If you're like, I just want to book a cruise, I don't care to book it with you, Michelle, there's a link to Princess Cruises deals right now. Princess Cruises just announced, okay, so first off, oh my gosh, I'm gonna ramble a little bit about sales. So first off, they're having their cyber sale. This is from November 1st to November 25th. So the link to the deals for that is great down below. And so that is a great deal going on. But if you are looking for 2026, so Christmas 2026, the end of 2026, early 2027 for Hawaii, Mexican Riviera, and California coast, those are going on sale on the 6th, November 6th. So they're currently out, like you can see the itineraries and the dates on the Princess website. So again, if you click on that, and then the link in the description, and then you go and you click on like cruise search, you can see those dates now and the itineraries for those dates. Prices are not out yet, November 6th. But if you book on November 6th, or I'm gonna say maybe November 7th, you will get the best rate. No fail. This is my strategy every single time I book a cruise, when I know when I can exactly go. Spring break's a little harder because I don't know dates. Christmas usually I can. Summer I always know, but booking the day they come out, that's how you get the best deal. People are like, I want to save money, I want to save money. This is how you do it. I know a lot of people can't plan that far in advance, but if you can, if you have that flexibility and you're like, I know I want to do Hawaii for Christmas in 2026, now's the time to book it because you won't get better rates. Also, if you have kids and you need a room, or you need a room with 3 to 4 people, you need to book early because especially those holiday sailings will sell out. So yeah, so those are coming out. So links in the description to that as well. But yeah, thank you so much for your support. Like I said, memberships help. Clicking links when I have products, buying products through our product page, that all helps. And then obviously if you're a client or you come with us on a group cruise, that supports us. But just watching our content, sharing our content, if you find something valuable, give it a thumbs up, write a comment. All of that helps support our channel and helps us grow. If you know anyone interested in cruise travel, share our stuff with them. Really, if you're not subscribed already, come subscribe. But yeah, let's build this into a community that helps my mental health more than my current job. Anyway, thank you. Love you all. And we will see you guys next week. If you have any suggestions on what you want me to do for or a video in general, really, let me know. We're working on updating some videos that were a little bit older. So that's kind of what we're working on right now. But always love to have some suggestions on what you guys want to see. Okay, thanks. Love you guys. Bye. My very loud child is here. Loud. You're so loud. Why are you so loud?